Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. If you like to.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki. So today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse number 47. So I will recite this verse, maybe you can, all of you can recite after me. Yoginam api sarvesham madgaterantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo matah. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And of all yogis, the one with the great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and rendered a transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. This is my opinion. Purport. The word bhajate is significant here. Bhajate has its root in the verb bhaja, which is used when there is a need of service. The word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaja. Worship means to adore or to show respect, honor, or to the worthy one. But the service with love and faith is specially meant for Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can avoid worship a respectful man or demigod, and maybe but cannot avoid serving the Supreme Lord without being thoroughly condemned. Every living entity is a part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, every living entity is intended to serve the Supreme Lord by his own constitution. Failing to do this, he falls down. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.3 confirms this. Esham purusham sakshat atma prabhav ishwaram na bhajate avajananti sthanat bratas patanti adaha. Anyone who does not render service and neglect his duty unto the premier Lord, who is he is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. So this purport continues. So we will discuss this much part today. So Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Itam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Mitamsha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I welcome all the devotees for this Sunday program, and there are so many more qualified and more senior devotees here to me, but I thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak something on Bhagavad Gita, and I will try to repeat whatever I heard. Okay. Yes. So I will try to repeat whatever I heard from my Guru Prabhupada and my superiors. Yeah. So hope this will be like it is for my purification and glorification of the Lord, and it will give whatever it will also inspire you in some way. So today we are discussing from Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, the verse number 47. So this is like one of the there are 3 sections in the Bhagavad Gita. The first part of the Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapter, there are as we know there are 18 chapters. So first 6 parts they define about the Karma Yoga, how like Krishna explains that how about the Karma Yoga philosophy, and in the from 7 to 7 onwards, next 6 chapters Krishna explains about the Bhakti Yoga process, and the last 6 chapters is about the Jnana Yoga. So like whatever is important we get it in the middle part. For example, there is covering. So similarly Krishna has given the bhakti part, which is the most important. There is a covering, and on the bottom side there is a covering, this Karma Yoga, and there is a Jnana Yoga, and in that Krishna has given us the Bhakti Yoga. So this, from this, like the next verse to this, the 7.1, the Bhakti Yoga part starts, and till now Krishna has explained about how the Jnana Yogi they are there, and from here the Bhakti Yoga he will start. So here yoginam api sarvesha madgater antaratmana. There will be there are many peoples though they are doing like different kinds of yoga, like the Ashtang Yoga, and there are so many kinds of yoga people do to try to achieve the Lord or for their. But the Krishna says the topmost of the yoga is Bhakti Yoga. The top, like remembering the Lord and chanting His name, that is the topmost yoga. In the Bhagavad Gita explains about this like 5 things. It tells about there are 5 topics which are discussed in the Bhagavad Gita: Ishwar, Prakriti, Jiva, Kala, and Karma. So first, to understand the Lord we need to understand who we are actually. So to understand anything we need some frame of reference. So from that frame of reference we can understand. So even when we calculate whatever mathematics, let x is equal to, we have that assumption. So to understand who is the Lord, to understand Prakriti, we need to know who are we actually. So we need to understand who am I. So that's how in Bhagavad Gita also starts. So Krishna is telling like Arjuna is so much confused. Oh, these are some of them are my brothers. And my grandfather Bhishma Dev, he is there next, he is in the opposite team, and there is my Guru Dronacharya is there. How can I kill them? How should I kill them? They are my beloveds, they are so dear to me, and you are telling me to kill them. Then Krishna start describing him. Who are you actually? You are not this body, but you are a spirit soul. So first we need to understand how we are not this body and we are spirit soul. Yeah, that is the first, like how then Krishna start telling like Arjuna is confused. Karpanya dosho to swabhava prushyami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yashreha sham nishitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam parpannam. Karpanya dosh, I am not able to know what is what. Should I kill them, or I should, like Arjuna comes to some extent that he tells I will give up this everything. I will give up this kingdom and I will go to the forest and I will be there and I will start begging and live. So Krishna tells and I am not able to understand what should I do. In that then Krishna tells Arjuna, and then that in that situation Arjuna is surrendering. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. I am your disciple. Now you instruct me. And then Krishna start how you are not this body but you are spirit soul. Like Krishna started, dehinesmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhira tatra namuyati. You should not become so much bewildered by these things. Like dhiras, they will not become bewildered. The dhir purusha, he will not be bewildered. Like dehinesmin yatha dehe. From in the same life we are transforming from boyhood, someone is child, and then he's coming into the boyhood, then youth, then he becomes a grown-up man, and then they start becoming old and old. For example, if I show some like when I was like maybe 1 or 2 years, nobody will be able to recognize that was my photo. because that, but I don't feel ki I am feeling I am the same person. So similarly, Krishna is telling that you you need to understand you are not this body, but you are spirit soul. Then if I am my spirit soul, for example, I have for my body, we have a body and we are feeding the body. So we are having we are giving the food to the body, we are having some entertainment, something for the body. So then what is there for the soul? So what is the food for the soul? So we try to it said that what is the specialist? There is one verse which comes in Mahabharata. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha samanya hitat pashubhi naranam dharme hi tesham adhiko vishesha dharmena hina pashubhi samanam. What is that one differentiating factor between human and animal? Ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithun. Ahar. We are also eating and they are also eating. We may be sitting in some 5-star, 3-star hotel or some on our dining table, and with fork and spoon we are eating. They may be just on the street and they are eating something, but the activity is the same. We may be sleeping in some Dello pillow beds, some good beds, which are even there are some nowadays bed like which you can manage the temperature of the beds. So that kinds of bed we may be sleeping, and they may be sleeping on somewhere on the roads or or in the forest. But after we sleep, we also don't recognize where am I sleeping. We don't know, oh, I am sleeping here today. So that's how the activity is same. Ahar, nidra, bhaya. Like we are also trying to defend. We are trying to defend. We are having some cameras and security. We are having a proper house. With all that, we are trying to defend ourselves. This animal may be trying to defend with some. They may be having some sharp things with their mouth. They are trying to defend themselves. But so and the producing children, they are also doing. So what is that the differentiating factor between us and them? So dharme hi tesham adhiko vishesha. Only in human form of life we can inquire, who am I, who is God, what is the relation between the God and what is the relationship between me and God. That can only happen in the human form of life. Otherwise there is this eating, sleeping, they are the pleasure at the mental level. They cannot also they can give us satisfaction up to some level. I can eat maximum, if my gulab jamun is my favorite dish, I can have 3, 4, 5, 6. After 7, 8, it becomes austerity for me to have the next one. I don't want to have, no, I am really full. The same gulab jamun which was giving so much of pleasure to me, like few minutes back or but it becomes austerity. We have capacity. How much someone can sleep? Normally we should sleep, like Prabhupada says, 6.5 hours, maximum 7 hours is enough. But someone may sleep 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. But after that, you cannot sleep. Then that's also your body is paining if we sleep more. Then yes, the same. Yeah. So that's how we cannot. The pleasure at the level of the body, they cannot give us the happiness. So higher than the bodily pleasure are the mental pleasure. For example, watching the television, some going on just YouTube and some watching some videos, something, and going nowadays Netflix, and so those things are giving some titillation, some happiness to the mind, which is this is like one more higher level to the bodily pleasure. But also we see how we just imagine, like I'm just watching something, and at the end of the 3 hours I feel, oh, I just wasted my so much of time. We are not happy with that. When we have the mental pleasure, when we are doing that, we are happy at that time. But after some times we are just frustrated. Arey, what I have done? I have just wasted my 3 hours. I could have done in some productive way. Or maybe we are just checking the reels on YouTube or Instagram, and then we are feeling, oh, I just wasted my half an hour something. So that is a mental level. So higher than the pleasure at the mental level are the pleasure at the level of the intelligence. That's how the people can code for maybe 7, 8, 9, 12 hours. So many times they are coding for 16 hours. Yeah, that's because, and even if you have seen the matches of the chess, though they goes on for like many hours, they are just playing that to just have that one move. They many times they wait for half an hour and an hour. Okay, how should I make my next? So why, like those pleasure are giving the higher happiness than the mental pleasure. And next to that is the pleasure at the level of intelligence, sorry, ego. Just we saw ego. That's how the many times people, they are climbing the Mount Everest, the highest the mountain, and because so much of risk is there, they can lose life. There is so many of them have lost their life, but there are many people, those who are trying to climb. What gives them that happiness? Ki ego, the pleasure is that I have done it, like so like I am the one, the first who is doing this, and I am the one. So the pleasure, and above this material pleasure, the pleasure at the level of the soul. And what is that pleasure? Is the, like, that's why it is said the anandamayo abhyasat. So it's this material pleasures are there. They are called as sukha in Sanskrit, but it is called as anand in Sanskrit. The pleasure which we derive from the soul, when we connect with the Lord, that is called as anand. It's not sukha. Sukha means like happiness, material happiness. But there is a different word, ki anand, anandmayo abhyasat. Like when the soul connects with the supreme soul, that is like it gives us that spiritual happiness. One derives the spiritual happiness. Yeah. So that is the pleasure at the level of soul. That is considered the highest. When we connect with the Supreme Lord, that is the highest pleasure one can have. So that's how we have to. If you want, like everyone in this world is trying to become happy. So if you ask the students why he is studying, then like I want to get into the good college, and I want to do better. I want to have go like like if you ask some degree students, so I want to get a good job, and I want to have then after degree I want to have some good company I want to join, and I want to earn money. So what with the money? I want to get some happiness through the house and so every one of us, anandamayo abhyasat, we are doing abhyas for the anand, for the happiness. But where is that actual happiness? So we just saw how this the happiness at the level of body, mind, intelligence, ego, they are temporary. But when we go for the happiness at the level of soul, when we connect with the Supreme Lord, that gives us the eternal happiness. So like but what we are, our situation is like Prabhupada gives an example, there is a cage, and in that cage there is a parrot. But the person, the owner of that parrot, he is just engaged in decorating the cage which is outside. He's just painting it, and he's every day cleaning that cage. Very nicely he is cleaning the cage, and but he is not feeding the parrot which is inside. So then what is the use of that cage? Similarly, we have to take care of the body. We have to do the duties, whatever duties we have in this world. We may have duties towards our parents, children, society, all that we have to do. But we have to do we have to feed the soul. So by chanting and hearing the name of the Lord. So that is like the feeding our soul. Yeah. Yes. So yeah. Also this holy this chant, like we have what the human form of life. It's so much rare. The Shastra speaks about there are 8.4 billion species, and when one goes through all of them, then one gets the human form of life. It is so rare because we have gone through the all the trees and animals, insects, and like we have evaluated from all this, and then we have got this most precious human form of life. And in that also, like it said that in the Bhagavatam 11 canto 2nd chapter verse number 29, Durlabho Manusho Janmo Deho Dehino Shana Bhangura Tatrapi Durlabham Manne Vaikuntha Priya Darshanam. So the human form of life is very rare. It's like 99%, like like only 1% chance. In that also we have come, and more durlabh, like more rare than that is getting the association of devotee, Vaikuntha Priya Darshanam, like the getting the association of the devotees which are dear to the Supreme Lord. That is most rare. We have got that. We have got the association of devotee, which is like far more rare than getting this human form. So we should take the advantage, and we should like engage ourselves in the chanting the holy name of the Lord. Yeah, and there are so many stories just how just by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one get like delivers. And there was one thief, and what normally he used to do, he used to steal the fishes from others' pond. So that was his business, stealing the fishes. Stealing the fish from the other's pond. And then he thought ki every day I am doing this, maybe I should do some big robbery. Like every day this is a small thing I am going and some collecting. And then someone told him ki there is a big pond which belongs to the king, and there you can find so many of them. And then he thought ki if I do this, then there will be no need for me maybe to work for 6 months. I can just sell off them and I can just enjoy. And then he decided, he went there and he started fishing. And suddenly he came to know that king is coming. King is coming to see his favorite lake, this pond which was there. And then he was, and now he cannot run, because from there are with the king there is whole empire, everyone, all his soldiers and ministers, everyone is coming. Now if he is caught, then that will, then he immediately hide his all the equipments which were there, and then he just removed all his coat and just kept his coat in undergarments, and he just put some mud, and he was like posing as if he was some sadhu who was sitting there next to the pond and just chanting the name of Lord Ram. He was just Ram, Ram, and then he was just chanting the name of the Lord. And then the king came, and then king saw, oh, there is some great one sage sadhu who has come here. Great sage has come here. I should go and meet. And then sadhu came towards that. Actually, he was the same thief. And then sadhu came towards him, and then he saw, okay, oh, this is the my fortune. It's my great fortune that some sage has come to my kingdom, and he is sitting next to this lake and doing his he is chanting the name of the Lord. And then the king took him with all his procession towards his palace. With all processions, there were some elephants, and he was sitting on the elephant, and there were horses and ministers, and with everyone, and they sent. And then king gave him a lot of as dakshina, we say some donations. He gave him a lot of so many things. So you can have this, because so I am so fortunate to have someone. And then he thought, oh, I just faked I was taking the name of the Lord, and I got so much. What will happen if I start actually doing such thing? Actually, if I start chanting the name of the God, yeah. Even it is said that when in the Ramayana the incidents comes when Vibhishan, the brother of Ravana, when he joined the party of the Ram, when he came, he just abandoned Ravana and he came towards the side of Ram. At that time, this there were other two Rakshasas with him, demons with Vibhishan. And that time he told I am joining now his party. They were kind of his ministers or that kind of thing. And then he told, you can go. And then when he told this, now I am joining the party, you go to the Lanka back. Then he told, we were with you, that's why we could fly. But now how we can cross this whole ocean? This is, we will be. Then he told, then he gave something, just have this, just keep this in your hand and you will be able to cross this whole ocean. And then they thought, okay. Then they were just walking, and they were able to cross it. And when they came in the middle, and then they saw, okay, oh, it just looks some kind of leaf, but maybe we have only got the powers. It is not that this leaf is, and what is there in that leaf? We just want to see what is there, and we want. And then they opened, and there was the name of Lord Ram. There was a Ram written on that leaf, and that's how they were able to cross this. Yeah, and they say, oh, what is this Ram name? Okay, it is not so worth. Maybe we only have got that potency to cross this, so we will not. And just they threw them away, and they immediately sing. So, so that's how another incident which comes in the like seminar, when they were. It is said that the name of the Lord is more powerful than Lord himself. There is one. Thank you. So the name of the Lord is more powerful than the Ram. There is a saying in the poets. They sing, Hari se bada Hari ka naam. The name of the Lord Hari is like bada, means his like more powerful than the Lord Hari. And once then they were building this Ram Setu bridge to cross over this, going towards Lanka. At that time, then when they were all the monkeys, they had gathered the stones, and they used to write the name of the Lord Ram on that, and they used to put that on that ocean, and then that used to float. And then Lord Ram saw, oh, they are putting my name, and the rocks, they are floating, the stones, they are floating, and what should I? Maybe I should also try. Maybe when it was night, the Lord Ram came, and then he thought, okay, I will also try, because I am myself Ram, so I need not put the name Ram on it. And then the Lord Ram took that stone and just he threw it, and that it sink inside. Oh, then he was confused. Oh, myself, Ram, myself is doing. I think nobody saw me. Nobody was around, and nobody has seen me doing this. But there was Hanumanji, who was just next to the tree, and then he was saying what Lord was doing. And then he went towards the Lord Ram, and then he told ki, then I think you will not tell anyone ki what happened. then let's just Lord Ram ask ki, when you were doing throughout the day, you are doing every day, all the stones are floating, and why not this stone is floating now? Then he said ki, oh Lord, if you give up someone, then there is no shelter for him. Because Lord Ram was throwing, because you are the only shelter in this universe, and if you give someone, okay, you are just useless. So if you give for that person, there is no hope in his life. So that's how this thing. And also we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita this whole story of Jagai Matai comes. So they were like the greatest robbers or thief and every kind of, there was no activity or no sin which they had not done. They were like in today's robbers and dons, gundas, they are just like small, their assistant, not even assistant. And they used to do all kind of things. They used to robbery and looting and kidnapping and like rapes and everything. There was no sin. Even it was said that this assistant of Yamraji, those who write down what one person is doing, all the sin done by the people, they were like kind of they were tired by just writing all the sins, and there was like diaries and diaries full of the rooms. It was filled with all the sins which they had done. And one day Nityanand Prabhu, he thought ki, okay, the Lord Chaitanya, who has come to give his holy name and to deliver all the fallen soul of this Kali Yuga, and how can they be like his name will be glorified? Because normally, if you can, there will be, because there are like in the coaching in India, it's like coaching classes are very famous. You have your colleges, and also you have some coaching classes. And what they do, they have an entrance even to enter their coaching class. So, and there are some to go to the good colleges, you need to, and they have the filter at the beginning level only. They will only select the good students, and then their results will be nice. But which class will be glorified? Like the teacher, if there is a very dumb student and if he can crack some exam, and then that teacher will be glorified. Similarly, Nityananda Prabhu thought when the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be glorified, if someone like the most fallen people, if they are delivered, then the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahavadanyaya means one who delivers the most fallen. Then the glorification of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will happen if this, and then like every day they used to just be eating, drinking. They were from the Brahmana families. Their names were Jagadananda Pandit and Madhavananda Pandit. Their names were like that. But they were into all kind of eating cow flesh, everything, all kinds of bad activities they were into it, and that's how they became. The people used to call them Jagai Madai. People used to fear. When they were used to come, like people used to change their way. If they are coming that way, the people used to, because of fear, they used to go from the other way. Like nobody used to come near them. And one day they were sitting at one place. Nityananda Prabhu thought we should deliver them. And with Nityananda Prabhu there was Haridas Thakur. Yes, and that time when Haridas Thakur told, no, Nityananda Prabhu, they are like most fallen and people, and they will not listen to you. We can tell someone we can preach, or we can tell some person who is ready to listen us, but they are in intoxicated state now. They are drinking, and how they will listen it? Then no, I want to deliver this person. Nityananda Prabhu said, yeah. And when like the time came, the Nityananda Prabhu went towards near them, and then he requested, why don't you chant the name of the Lord Hari? Just take the name of, chant the Hari, chant, yeah. And why don't you do that? Then they said, then they immediately, you are giving some instruction to us, and whatever was there in the hand, just they threw towards the Nityananda Prabhu. And then blood started coming from Nityananda Prabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know this. Someone, Madai, the Jagai and Madai, the Madai did this. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so furious. Now like the Nityananda Prabhu is non-different from me. He's so dear, and someone has has hurt him, so I will not tolerate this. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like who was Mahavadanya avatar, but when it came to like someone hurt his dear devotee, he immediately he just chakra he said, and the immediately Sudarshan chakra came in his hand. And then Nityananda Prabhu said, oh Lord, like if you like in this Kali Yuga, like everybody is like Jagai and Matai, or in a smaller or bigger proportion. How many people you will kill? Everybody is into all these things. But you have come in this avatar to give us the holy name, Mahavadanyaya avatar, to deliver the fallen conditioned soul. And you are not like, and then this Jagai, Madai, when he was trying to beat me, that time the Jagai, he was trying to stop him. And with that only one thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, you are trying to save, because that trying to save my dear Nityananda. And then immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and just he hugged him, and he got the Krishna Prem. And then he started chanting the name of Hari. And then this Madai, who was the other who had, then he told, why? Because all the sins we have done together. Like we used to drink together, and we used to do all the atrocious activities, and you have given Krishna Prem to him, and like you should give to me also. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you have offended my dear devotee Nityananda. You are supposed to punished. You should get some punishment. And then if the only one option, if Nityananda Prabhu forgives you, then you can get. So it is said that then Nityananda Prabhu immediately forgave him, and that's how the Nityananda. It says that Lord Nityananda is more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Devotees, yeah. And then and both of them, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said ki all your sins will get eradicated. Just every day chant the holy name of the Lord every day, and don't offend any devotees. So this also is very important, because when we are in the association of devotee, there is the only one thing the Lord does not like is we are offending, we are saying something, oh, this devotee is like that, and we are, it is and we are saying some bad words about someone, because the age of Kali Yuga is such that like everybody has some or other some bad qualities, but it is said that the honeybee, what he will do, if there is the whole garden which is filthy, in that one garden it will just try to look for some beautiful flower, and this honeybee, it will go and collect the nectar from that place. In other way, the bees which are there, they are trying this what they will do, if the whole garden is filled with the fragrant flowers, but they will try to see if something filthy is there, and the crows, if you see also many times, and they are just they will try to see, and in the whole garden which is full of the nice flowers, and they will go there and try to see if something filthy is there, and then they will go and sit on that, and they will eat that. But on other hand, this honeybee, so devotee should become like a honeybee. So there will be fault in everyone, as we have come in the age, this Kali Yuga. This is the age is filled with the faults. This Kali Yuga is filled with the Kaler Dosha Nidhira Ajan Asti Eko Mahan Kaler Dosha. Kali Yuga is filled with the fault, but there is a one Kaler Dosha Nidhira Ajan Asti Eko Mahan Guna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parambraje. If we just chant the name of the God, then we will all be freed from all this. So we should also try to see some good in everyone. And after that pastime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, you just chant the holy name of the Lord, your all sins will be purified, and even your and then everybody started calling them Jagadananda Brahmachari and Madhavananda Brahmachari. Those were such a kind of, they were involved in the so many atrocious activities, so much of sin, and then they became very great devotees. Even in the Mayapur Navdeep, there is one place which is there, where which we can they have even built for a devotees, because the Lord, they wanted to please, because they thought we have given so much trouble to all the devotees. Then Lord told him, you just build some ghat, ghat is where you can go and worship in the river, because next to the Mayapur is the river, Ganga river is there, so where devotees can go and take bath. So that there is one ghat which was built by them, this Jagai Madai. So that's how is the power of the holy name. Even
the ghat was built by Jagai Madai.
Yeah, at that time they had built it. Yes.
Okay, but it's still there.
Yeah, it is some part is there, because it's now around 500 years.
Okay.
Yes. And yes, and even also we see in the Bhagavatam this story of Ajamila. It comes. This Ajamila was also from a very Brahmanical family. It was when the Bhagavatam describes him as if he was free from all the Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Matsar. He was filled with all the good qualities. But when he saw he used to go to the jungle to collect the flower to worship the Lord, and he was involved, and he was such a nice Brahmana who was worshipping the Lord. But one day he saw in the jungle there was one low class man and a prostitute. They were meeting each other, and then that time when he saw they were embracing and kissing, and that time he just fall, and then he was, when he came home, and just then he was just thinking about that scene what he saw, and and after that, and then he just became so much attracted towards that prostitute, and then he threw away his own wife, and even parents, and then he was involved in this, and he had around 11 to 12 children from that prostitutes, and he, to to serve that prostitute, he used to do all kinds of things. One time, who was a Brahmana, he used to rob and play, gamble, and he started all the illicit activities. As we say, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, and robbery. He started everything, and there were once some sadhus came, and then they in the village they just asked, "Ki, is there because that time sadhus used to they used to travel when it was night time. They used to stay at some brahmana's house or some, and they thought, Ki, is there any brahmana who is here we can stay?" And then just jokingly people said, "Oh, there is one Ajamil Brahman, who his house is there," and sadhus really thought ki this Ajamil Brahman is there, but when they went there and they saw ki there was this prostitute who was there, and then they came to know so many children, and then that time his wife was pregnant. This prostitute, not wife actually, prostitute, that she was pregnant, and then he told him ki you do one thing, you just name the son which you will born, give his name as Narayan. Name him as a Narayan, because they thought they just came to know everything, how this Ajamila was Brahman from such a good family, and now he has fallen to this state. And then they just told, name this son when he is born as a Narayan. And then he became almost around in 80s and 80s, and now he was about to die. And when he was but because Narayan was his smallest, youngest child, he became so much attached to him, because normally parents are attached to their younger children's. So then he became so much attached to that, and then he used to call for everything, Narayan, are you there? Because he was on his bed, on deathbed actually, he was about to die, and Narayan, he used to call Narayan, are you there, where are you? And then and when he was about to die, at that time, it is said that when person is about to die, its pain is equivalent to 20,000 scorpion biting at a time. It's so much of pain one has, because
on Ajami.
No. Whoever is dying, the pain one is having is around 20,000 scorpion is that much of pain, because the soul is so, and then he was in that pain, and then he because he was attached to that small child Narayan, and then he just chanted Narayan, Narayan, and the Lord Narayana thought he is calling out for me. And then at that time, to take his life, already there were this Yamdutas, they had already come. It is said that normally 3 Yamdutas comes, they have record of Kaya, Manacha, Vacha. Kaya means the sins which we do through our body, through our speech. So, and they come, and they were about to take him to the towards the Yamraj, to the Narakloka. And then immediately this Vishnu Dutas came. Then this Yamdutas, they thought, okay, then this Vishnu Dutas told this Yamdutas, you should not take them. They are this, because, and then this Yamdutas thought, see, we have all the records. See what kind of sin he has done in his life. His life is filled with so many bad things he has done in his life. And you are telling me, but then they said he has chanted the name of the Lord. Ante Narayana Smriti. He has chanted the name. So he should, we cannot, then he cannot be taken towards this. That's how even chanting the name of the Lord, that's how it said the glorification of, even if one chant by accident also. It is said that there is one story which comes. There was one Muslim person, and he went for passing stool in the forest. And when he went for passing stool, and there was one animal. He was he came towards him, and then pig. It was like pig, and came towards him, and then he was about to hit him. because he wanted to eat stool. And then and immediately he was about to die at that time, because he said haram. That is like they say it's haram, like and then they, because he just chanted because there was in haram there is the name of the Lord Ram. So that's how the Lord took that, because at the time of, that's how the glory of the name of the is there, glory of the name. Even we see how the process to attain the Lord, it was so difficult in other ages. Like for in Satyuga, you have to go to the Himalaya, like some jungle, and you have to meditate on the Lord. You have to do tapasya, sit there and meditate on the Lord. And in the Treta Yuga, the process was to do yajna. There are big yajnas, and you have to do the yajnas and put like ghee. Nowadays it is like impossible to get pure ghee for even for eating, and all the brahmanas also, those who, they should have even proper pronunciation of the mantra, not just chanting the mantra, the pronunciation should be also accurate. That's how, and those yajnas used to go for days and days. And in the Dwapar Yuga, the process was to attain to the Lord was by worshipping the Lord. That's how in the in India, even the southern parts of India, there are big temples. This Tirupati Balaji, even the Srirangam, there is a big temples. So so the process was to worship the Lord, and to worship the Lord, there should the very much the purity is required. You have to take, every time you are going towards the altar, you have to take a bath. You have to be very much pure, and but like it will not be possible for many of us to do this. But this is very simple. We can chant the name of the Lord anywhere, everywhere. Like we may be in some like going traveling somewhere in the bus, or we are in the garden. Anywhere we can chant. There are no strict rules and regulation. We can chant the name of somebody may be cooking, and then they can just chant the name of the Lord. And Lord, yeah, that's how it is so simple. But this process of chanting the holy name of is so simple, and the advantages it has, they are so much. Yes, yeah. I think there are only 10 minutes left. So also there was yesterday Sita Navami, the app. So I just thought we will also speak something on Sita Devi, the consort of Lord Ram, Sita Maya. So the name of the Sita Devi was also one of the name was Bhumija, because how the Sita Devi was born is the Janak Maharaj, he was not having any children's. So that time what he used to and they were they were doing they were in the farm, they were doing something, and then this Janak Maharaj and in his kingdom, then they got one there was one something which this kind of box, it was, and that was a golden box. Inside that they found one girl, and that was Sita Maya. As she was born from the Bhumi, she is also called as Bhumija, because as she is the daughter of Janak Maharaj, she is also called as Janaki. That
Who was Bhumi?
Bhumija.
Bhumi, but who was she? Was
Bhumi, earth, yes.
She was born from Bhumi.
Yeah, she was born.
Earth.
She was found from to the Lord, his father, on the land. Yeah.
When he was ploughing,
Okay,
then
from
plough in
earth.
Yeah.
From earth.
Yeah.
Ploughing,
Okay.
Yes. And another name is Janaki, as she is a daughter of the Janak Maharaj. That's how she is also called as Janaki. That's why we say Rama Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman. That is we say, that's how we glorify every Lord Ram, Sita. Yeah. Vaidehi, because that Mithila, where the current Nepal, it comes in the current Nepal, just in the Nepal, it comes in this Mithila. So from there, that region is called as Vaideha. It was previously called as Mithila or Vaideha. And the princess of Vaideha is called, she also used to called as Vaidehi. Another name of the Sita was Vaidehi. Yeah. And in her there is one pastime of like her childhood pastime. There was one bow of Lord Shiva, which fell in the kingdom of Janak Maharaj, and it was in the palace of Janak Maharaj, and that was like it used to take, just to move from one place to another, they used to take a really powerful 500 soldiers, because it was the bow of Lord Shivji, and 500 Shiva Dhanush it was called as, and it 500 powerful soldier, and they also just used to lift and just place some centimeters and they used to rest. That much powerful was there, and that bow was there. And one day, Sita and her friends, they were playing, and then they were plugging flowers from one tree, and they just plugged, and then they thought ki there are more flowers on the top, we should get something like some sticks or something we should get, and we should take out those flowers also. Then Sita just went, oh, she was not able to find anything, and then they just went to it. I have seen something, we have some big thing there in one of the room kept, and she immediately took that the bow which was there, and she brought it, and then she was just taking out the flower with that bow, and immediately she kept it back. And then during that time, one of the minister, he saw, oh, and then he immediately went towards Janak Maharaj and told, oh, you just I have seen the Sita has just lifted that bow. Then Janak Maharaj said ki there is some misunderstanding which you are having, that may not be the same bow, because how can she is a small girl, such a tiny, and how can she lift that bow? And then this Janak Maharaj told another minister, and you go and see it, what is it actually? And then he said, and he also reported. Then Janak Maharaj said, it's not possible, I want to see. And then when Janak Maharaj saw with his own eyes what Sita Maya was doing, and then he was amazed to see that, and he just immediately then he came to know ki how the powerful Sita Maya is, and I have to find the similar kind of prince for her. And then she immediately he arranged Swayamvar. Swayamvar is where the princess, she gets to choose who will be her husband. That is a custom, and there is some kind of challenge kept. The challenge was one has to at least lift this bow. That was the challenge. If you can lift this bow, then you can marry the Sita. And then so many kings, so many powerful prince, they came, and then they were trying to lift that bow. Nobody was even able to move that. And even Ravana, it was said that even a Ravana also came there, and he was also trying to lift that bow. And then he was able to manage to put his finger, but then it was stuck, and then some soldier came, and then he just removed his hand. Then he also said, I will not be able to do this, and he also just went back. And then Janak Maharaj, he was in so much of worry, now how my daughter would get married. In the same time, Vishwamitra Muni, who was the guru of Lord Ramchandra and Lakshmanji, he had taken this Ram and Lakshman, and they were going from forest, and he had taken them to kill some Rakshasas, and then they, after that, killing the Rakshasa and everyone, they came to this Mithila, Janak Maharaj place. At that time, then the Janak Maharaj, he told him this is what the situation is. I want to get married Sita, and nobody was able to lift this bow. What? And then why don't you tell this? There is the Ram, who is the prince of the Ayodhya. He has come with me, and let him try this. He will be able. And then he said, oh, let it be. He's just a small 14 years old prince, and such a thin, lean, and how, so it will not be possible for him to lift this. And then this immediately, the Lakshman, he became angry. How dare you say this to my brother? He can just throw this and just cut this. That was the nature of Lakshman. If anyone used to say anything to the Lord Ram, and then he used to immediately get angry. And then the Lord Ram said, okay. And then he asked. Then Lord Ram went to that, and then he just with his left hand he just picked and with the right hand, and he it was broken. That bow was broken, and then immediately that Swayam, the marriage between the Sita Devi and Lord Ram took place. Yeah. Okay, I think time is done. It's 4:30 already. No. Yeah, there are and another one more pastimes which comes here is like when in the similar when during this when the Swayamvar of the Lord Ram and Sita, the marriage was happening. It was not like, because the Lord Ram was his height was quite high, and the Sita Devi was quite shorter in height, and Ram had put his garland on Sita, but Sita was not able to put the garland, and Lord Ram was not also bowing down. And then what should be done now? And then Sita Maya, then Lakshman, he understood, okay, what is the problem? She is Sita Maya she's not able to put the garland to the Lord Ram because of his height, and Lord Ram is also not bowing down. And then immediately Lakshman went, and he immediately started touching the feet of the Lord Ram. Then Lord Ram said, "Oh Lakshman, what are you doing?" And he just bowed down, and immediately the Sita Devi took advantage of that, and she immediately put the garland. And that's how he is also the Lakshman is here compared to the Guru. So it is not possible for us to reach towards the God, and it is through the Guru we can reach to the God. That's how the role of Guru is very much important. So thank you. Hare Krishna. So if any mistake is done by me, it is consider it is as like my fault, and just forgive me for that if I spoke something wrong or something. And if you could find anything useful or something, then that all glories goes to the Guru and Gauranga, because of whatever I have heard from them. I was just trying to repeat it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Ravi, can you ask if he can do the puja?
Yeah.
We are preparing it now. He will do it.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes.
sing this one first? It is first time for me to sing this song, and I do with the others, not I did. Today I am going to do.
Do we have matches?
इसको कैसे किससे जलाएंगे
Ravi,
दिया वगैरह कैसे
we have.
मैच बॉक्स
Yeah, we have matchbox. It's coming.
अंदर कुछ है क्या प्रॉब्लम इसमें डालने की क्या ये है नहीं तो मैं नहीं ये भी चलेगा भी है we have everything one
Shiva Jayo Jayo Gora Chande Arati Koshobha
मधुर मधुर बाजे बहु कोटि चंद्रदीनी वदनौज्ज्वला बहु कोटि चंद्रदीनी वदन उज्ज्वला बांग्लादेशे बनमाला कोई झलमाला बांग्लादेशे बनमाला कोई झलमाला शिवा सुकनाराधा प्रेम गादा गादा शिवा सुकनाराधा प्रेम गादा गादा वाकती विनोदा देखे गोरा रे संपादा वाकती विनोदा देखे गोरा रे संपादा जयो जयो गोरा चांदे आरती को शोभा शिवा जयो जयो गोरा चांदे आरती को शोभा जाना बीता तवाने जगा मन लोभा जाना बीता तवाने जगा मन लोभा
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. If you like, you can continue to prepare the bowl. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jayo Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe, Jayo Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav Radhe, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jayo Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल देव विष्णुपाद परम त्रिवाचार्य अष्टोत्तर वंदे अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य BBT फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की संवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल गौरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण ऑल गौरीज टू असेंबल डिवोटीज all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Gaur Hari Bol.
So we can do the... Ska vi sjunga den?
Ja, jag har gjort det.
Vill du sjunga? Vi synger den. No. Inte. Henrik. Va? Henrik. Henrik? Hindi. Men du kan inte sjunga med den?
Musiken.
Vill du?
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Jai Jai.
Prahlad
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Jai Jai.
Hiranyakashipu Vasaha.
Adhuta Kinga continue little?
Jag gör det, jag gör det absolut.
Loboga, it is not related, okay? Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhaktivedanta Swami Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Yes. Maybe I go and see them and have them for yoga.
This is in logo.
अंदर से लगा जो अगर पहले है सीमित कभी मेरा नींद में चलती है वो बचाती है होश में सानिया पाठ सानिया उसको करते
And then the end the milk comes out in English. Ja, men imorgon kommer vi upp till skolan imorgon. Imorgon är jag till skolan. Och sen och skolan så varför tar det lång tid?
Are you going to do the offer? Can you go get it?
Yeah.
It's almost done.
Jag måste
Prabhu, you can offer.
But
då de blir så vill.
you can ask him.
Vilken dag? Jag vet att jag måste koka min mat. Jag är redan naken innan ni får ta in.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
I think we take one picture all together.
Yeah.
And after,
Yeah.
You want to conclude today? Close the live.
we'd like to have one photo together.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Now it is the end of the program, and we will have the bhoga. We will have the prasadam now, and I would like to request we will have on Narsimha appearance day on 4th of the May, coming Thursday. So please join us, and the timing is from 5 to 7. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah.